confused about why we, the people, are confused by this, and for those who are like, well, who is Jerrod Carmichael? Why do y'all care? Let me tell you something. Go watch this show. Go watch the original Carmichael Show, baby. This is the Jerrod Carmichael that we know. David Allen Greer and Loretta Devine's son. That's the Jerrod that we know. When they said that the Carmichael Show was coming on HBO, baby, I was expecting a reboot of this. Not this man deep-throating feet on national, international streaming TV.
Yeah.
What is happening?
I feel like Tyler in this situation. This is also the same Jerrod Carmichael that produced The Rel Show, which was good. I enjoyed The Rel Show. So when we say we are concerned and we're asking Jerrod, where are you going with this? It's because we're trusting his process, but also, Jerrod, what is the process, baby? What's the process? And for those of you inquiring about the little jar recipe I gave in the last video, I said I was joking. Don't y'all be out here doing that foolishness. So y'all save the think pieces and dissertation, baby. We got bigger fish to fry. So, I just finished watching episode 1 of the Jerrod Carmichael reality show, and Jerrod, baby, are you okay? I don't know if I'm watching a revolutionary reality show or a cry for help, or maybe a combination of both, and who is this with this mask on? I mean, don't get me wrong. I see what you're trying to do as far as how you describe this as like your version of the Truman Show. But Jerrod, I agree with Keisha when he told you that essentially this is not truth though, because there's still cameras here and there's still editing. This is not truth. This is a narrative.
To me, these cameras, it's like there's fucking sarin gas in the room and I'm masked up.
Yeah,
I'm not exposing myself to this shit.
None of this is...
Dude, this is not a neutral eye. This is not truth. This is narrative that'll be edited by someone where the editing, those will all be choices. That's not truth. Like, and I have no access to that. So I'm like, fuck that. You don't get any of me.
I'm trying to Truman Show myself, like trying to let cameras be what like God is.
It's exhibitionist.
Yeah, but what's wrong with that?
There's public and private, and then there's masturbatorily public. I mean, there's public, which is like unnecessarily shooting a camera up your fucking asshole and broadcasting it to the world. You have a sort of self-destructive thing, and that can be channeled into stuff that's exciting and alive. But like, I care about you beyond this thing.
So what is the narrative that you want us to believe? Do you want us to get a takeaway that you're vulnerable because you showed us this really awkward Tyler, the Creator, rejecting you moment?
It's because I told you I had feelings for you and we didn't talk about it ever. That was like weird.
You said that. I think I replied with like something super mad, normal, regular, like.
You laughed and called me a stupid bitch.
I did. Yeah, I did.
Oh my God.
I did. Getting news like that and then avoiding it is a way to avoid change.
So you were avoiding it?
I never said that I wasn't. That was a lot to download. What would have been the ideal response?
I don't know, talk about it the next day. Call me, like look at me and bring it up and fucking move on and fucking go to Burgers, never say that. I don't know. This, I think. I don't know. Like, more than... You can feel yourself, like, not answering, though, right? Like,
I don't know what you want me to answer.
Look how he's looking at the camera. It's like it's awkward.
Now, I do want to commend you for how you took that rejection, okay? Because you took it like a G. The way Tyler handled that was understandable because it was a little weird. But I also want to commend you, Jerrod, for how you handled it because, baby, you could have took a piece of his hair and put it in a jar with a pair of your worn drawers, put 5 pennies on it, smothered it in some honey, spit in a jar, close it up, and put it high up in a tree or deep in a river between your house and his, and had him chasing you all over the place. I'm not saying you should do that, but I'm saying you could have handled it like that, but you didn't. And I'm glad you did, and you did well, Jerrod. I commend you. But also, what was the reason? Why did we need to see this, Jerrod? What are you trying to show us? That you're vulnerable? That you're navigating this new world of being out and being honest and authentic about your feelings toward your friends and dealing with the rejection? Or is this supposed to be about how you deal with rejection in life as a whole, because you are being rejected by your family and your friend? I think I put something together here. I think I put something together. Or do you want us to see you as liberated because you are exploring Grindr in many different ways? And why did we need to see this part?
I'm going to the Emmys on Monday.
You were nominated for an award.
You want to go? You want to go to the Emmys?
Sure, I would be down.
You mind being a backup date?
Backup date?
Because I have to see if someone that I genuinely love wants to go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
They're all looking at him like he is off.
Yeah.
What is happening?
Wow.
So again, Jerrod, baby, are you okay? I'm looking forward to the next few episodes, but I'm also nervous. We love you. Let us know if you need us. We'll be watching. Rothaniel, Jerrod Carmichael, I'm on to you. I see what you're trying to do. I think I get it. But are you okay? Rothaniel, Jerrod. Baby, I was holding on for dear life with this episode, okay? You took me on a roller coaster and left me hanging off a cliff. So most of this episode is about his attempt to be faithful in his new relationship with his boyfriend, Mike. And he is failing miserably. And it's all because he has an addiction, okay? An addiction. An addiction. Bow, bow, addiction. 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 And see, what makes this episode interesting is if you know anything about Jerrod Carmichael and his style of comedy, essentially he likes to do this thing where he talks about super vulnerable moments in his life, but he takes accountability and then somewhat wants you to feel empathy, but then also takes the role of the villain while also telling you the roots and the origin of how he became the villain. And that's all what this show is. This show is literally that. It's him being vulnerable, honest, taking accountability, but also self-proclaiming to somewhat be the villain, but then giving you the origin of why he is the villain. And baby, this specific episode, he's talking about his love of race play. And honestly, I didn't even want to have to go there, but it's there, and he put it there.
You ever do race play?
If you have not noticed, Jerrod and his partner are of two different melanation persuasions. And throughout the entire episode, Jerrod openly acknowledges that he enjoys race play and then proceeds to show us a glimpse of this race play.
Did you spray this?
No, I just did a sample.
For some reason, I feel like Martin Luther King's felt like that. Don't you?
I can't unsmell it.
You kind of sound like Martin Luther King.
Yeah, I can't unsmell that now.
And then the episode ends with him watching Farrakhan play violin while he's scrolling through Grindr. Jerrod. Now, the reason I said, Jerrod, I'm on to you is because if you know anything about the spat between these two, essentially Rothaniel put out a comedy special called Rothaniel where he came out the closet in 2022. And Chappelle critiqued it and basically was like, it was a good show, but if it was 1996, it would have been more groundbreaking. And Jerrod didn't take to that well. Now, what's really tea is recently Jerrod did an interview where he basically was like, listen, the difference between me and Chappelle is the fact that I get personal. He doesn't. He always talks about the trans community, but he doesn't talk about his personal life. And he thinks that Chappelle talks about the trans community to deflect away from his own personal experiences. And this is why I said, Rothaniel, I'm on to you. Because essentially with this show, he's trying to prove that point, that I'm more personal. I'm talking about my real life experiences. I'm being vulnerable. In this show, he's showing himself go to therapy. He's showing himself candid with the one-to-one camera, talking about the roots of his addiction.
I want God. I feel spiritually unclean. I feel dirty. I feel somewhere between a black buck and a cuck. It offers me power and control. It's an escape. I use it to escape.
One of the constant themes throughout episode 1 and 2 is him talking about the impact that the rejection of his family after he came out the closet has had on him. Now, one of the moments in episode 2 that I found the most interesting was a discussion he was having with his cousin. And essentially that discussion was him openly doing shadow work. He was talking about the childhood trauma that may have impacted his addiction, his present day addiction, right? And his cousin kind of blew him off. And this really showed us his childhood experience, what it was like in his household and his family to try to be vulnerable and how he was kind of treated.
Years of shame.
Years of shame, but even like early childhood experiences, like is it from feeling abandoned? Why do I feel needy? Why do I need? Like, why do I need to have sex? Why do I need attention? Why do I need to feel love? Why? I don't know. I don't know.
Damn, Alice. Show going down the rabbit hole.
Now, I'm not saying that the whole show is dedicated to him trying to dig deeper into this comparison, but I do feel like with this show, Jerrod is trying to prove a point that he's vulnerable, he's authentic, and his comedy is personal. His comedy is not. Now, I'm not saying that I agree with that because I'm minding my business, but I'm a little bit in the business. Jerrod, I see what you're trying to do. Now, Rothaniel, Jerrod, not you on the Breakfast Club trying to guilt Charlamagne into an apology you don't deserve. Not you trying to Karen your way into an apology you don't deserve.
Because you reported on, you played a clip of my stand-up, but it started at the punchline and it like completely erased the setup of it, and I really don't like that. It made it seem like I was talking like I'm into some type of race, sexual, slavery role play with my boyfriend, which is untrue. It's so false. And look, come after me, that's fine, but don't come after like my boyfriend who has.
I don't think we came at your boyfriend though. We knew it was about you.
I'm saying when that's in the headline and that's reported, like, and then misreported, like, oh, he's into race slave play with his white boyfriend. I don't like that headline because it's false. It's not true at all.
But I watched it. See, I watched it, Jerrod. I saw what you said, friend. Let me show you. I think you forgot. Let me show you.
Love choking, controlling your breath. I like putting toes in my mouth. You ever do race play? Did you spray this?
No, I just did a sample.
For some reason, I feel like Martin Luther King's felt like that. Don't you?
I can't unsmell it.
You kind of sound like Martin Luther King.
Yeah, I can't unspell that now.
I want God. I feel spiritually unclean. I feel dirty. I feel somewhere between a black buck and a cuck. Sex offers me power and control. It's an escape. I use it to escape.
See, I think what's really happening is, Max, Keisha told you in episode 1 that this is all a narrative. And I think that you're now getting mad that your narrative that you edited, that you produced, is not being received how you want it to be received. I don't know what you thought people was going to think, but clearly they're not walking away with the narrative that you wanted them to walk away with. So now you're trying to guilt people into seeing you from the perspective that you want to be perceived. Rothaniel, you should have edited the show a little different.
This is not a neutral eye. This is not truth. This is narrative that will be edited by someone where the editing will all be choices. That's not truth.
Like, I'm trying to Truman show myself, like trying to let cameras be what like God is.
It's exhibitionist.
Yeah, but what's wrong with that?
There's public and private, and then there's masturbatorily public.
And I watched episode 3, Jerrod, and I wasn't even going to review it because, honestly, I'm a fan. I like your stand-up. I love the Carmichael Show. And I really don't like the fact that you are painting yourself in this light of just being a terrible person. I was hoping by episode 3 there would be some type of change, some type of deep results of the shadow work and therapy you've been shown in episode 1 and 2. But Jerrod, episode 3 is all about how you're a terrible friend and you missed your friend's wedding for a hot dog and you refused to dress in the suit that he wanted you to dress in. So you went and did your own thing. And then even when he caught you and asked you to change shirts so that you could match the rest of the guests, you didn't do that, Jerrod. Episode 3 is about how terrible you are.
And sometimes you gotta show up for people. Like, you know, people get married and they really want you to come to their wedding. And so, like, my friend Pooh says things to me like, bro, you're the best man. I need you to, like, stop by a men's warehouse and get fitted for your tux. Like, I'd rather you shoot me than I wear men's. And then I text my assistant and I say, please pick me up a tux from Tom Ford. This nigga's trying to have me in rented Vera Wang.
You're supposed to be a blank shirt.
Black shirt?
Yeah, bro. This is not going to men's warehouse?
They ain't give me a black shirt. I got a white shirt. I got 2 white shirts.
So you're lying to your friend.
Do I need a black shirt? Are you wearing a black shirt?
Yeah, we have black shirts.
I'll get one. I'll get one.
Bro, I don't think those are the shoes.
Now, I'm going to be honest. They're not going to have Tom Ford. So I'm just supposed to just wear this? The hot dog is, like, kind of priority for me right now. Oh, my God.
The wedding has begun, and he's missing it.
I got there a little late. I missed it.
Then you show up at the end with some half apology speech. And in the speech, you started out by talking about how jealous you were of him growing up, but also then ended by thanking him for teaching you things and being a good friend to you. Jerrod?
Why are you dressed up? Like,
Well, because I never gave the speech at the wedding, and I'm here to give the speech to you.
bro, nobody's here, bro. This thing.
It's for you. I wanted to give it to you. Give me a second. It's in the car. Come smoke a cigarette.
Like what? Look how he looking. Like what?
Okay. Sit, bro. Come on. Relax. My first memory of you is being jealous. I'm sorry I haven't always been as good of a friend as you've been to me. I love you. I'm happy for you and Princess. Thank you for making me a better friend. I've never had a friend like you. Damn, bro. I love you too.
I'm glad Charlamagne didn't apologize to you, just like you refused to apologize to Dave Chappelle for calling him an egomaniac and critiquing his comedy, just like you refused to apologize to your mama for calling her the B word, even after your family, especially your dad, tried to correct you on that, just like you keep making yourself the victim. Jerrod, you stop. Just stop, friend.
I'm saying that with
Dave
love.
Chappelle.
Yeah.
I apologize to myself for making this whole thing get out of proportion. Like, I should have never said anything. Again, I really want to talk about me. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
But if you feel the way, I think that Charlamagne, you should apologize to him as well.
I don't feel like I want to apologize.
Whoa.
Okay. That's not a diss. But it's just,
Whoa. I think I made myself clear. I have no need for an apology.
Yeah. If it
have
hits
nothing
me
but love
one
for
day
you.
and I'm like, you know what, that was wrong. But in the moment, I don't feel that way.
Pack it up, Jerrod. Pack it up, baby. Okay, we love you, but pack it up.